Hi there. Finally, a moment to rest. But now my mind doesn't know what to do with it. I sit down, breathe in, and there it is. That restless feeling. A pull to check my phone, to get up and do something, to be productive. It's like my body has forgotten how to just be. I know I need to slow down. I talk about it. I really believe it. But actually doing it, that's so much harder. Why does it feel so unnatural? And why do I feel guilty for taking it? Let's find out together. So, slowing down can feel kind of scary. A reason for that might be the dopamine trap. You've probably heard it before. Our brains are wired to seek novelty, and every scroll or notification, every new piece of content gives us a tiny hit of dopamine. It keeps us coming back for more, and over time this conditions us to crave a constant stimulation. When we then do slow down, we experience a kind of withdrawal. This feels so empty, and it's really hard to push through that, even though it is exactly what we would need. We've also been taught that being busy means being valuable in this society, and that our success comes from the hustle. So when we slow down, it can trigger an uncomfortable feeling, like feeling guilty or restless. It can provoke a cognitive dissonance where our actions don't really match our deep-seated beliefs. Especially when that belief is that resting is wasting time, then slowing down feels very wrong, even if we're exhausted. Slowing down can also feel scary because we fear our own thoughts. Being still creates a space, and sometimes that space is filled with feelings and thoughts that we actually would like to avoid. And the distractions of our daily life help us to hold that discomfort at a distance, our doubts or worries or pain. But keeping avoiding them doesn't make them disappear. And what if slowing down isn't actually about being stuck with these thoughts, but actually making peace with them? Stillness can also bring up some even bigger and deeper questions, even existential fears. It can provoke questions like, am I where I want to be? Is this actually the life I want to live? When we are constantly moving, we don't have to ask ourselves that, but when it gets quiet, the questions can creep in. And while it may be unsettling at first, it can also be a guide, and maybe slowing down isn't actually that scary after all. For me, it helps to reframe slowing down as a courageous act. Slowing down isn't something passive, it's more like an act of rebellion or resistance. In a world that tells us to always do more, choosing to slow down takes strength, and framing it like that really helps me. I also think that an important part of it is detaching our productivity from our worth. You are not what you produce, and your value doesn't disappear when you rest. The constant need to prove ourselves is exhausting, but what do we actually have to prove at all? So that's it. I think we just really have to practice sitting in the discomfort, and instead of pushing away the unpleasant feelings, try to notice it. Like, what does it feel? How do you feel it in your body? And maybe that also leads to it losing its power. And altogether, I think and hope that slowing down can lead to making changes in your life. Or at least in my own life. Rather than seeing it as a waste of time or something scary, I'd want to try to start to see it as a way to actually live. Where it's not something that I have to perfect or be very good at, but something that just is. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you want to share. Thanks for watching and see you next time.